Kim, tell me a little bit about, you've had an illustrious career, you've opened businesses, you've closed them.
That sounds like I'm going to die soon.
What were some of the biggest mistakes you made along the way, and what have you learned? What was the biggest lesson?
Well, for some of you who don't know, I had a salon chain here in the 80s called Le Salon Orient, and we went for public listing. I was doing Princess Diana on one hand, I had Nita Moy, the Asian pop queen, on the other. I didn't have my feet on the ground. We were overextended. If you really want to know, I hadn't studied. A lot of people end up in businesses where they've never had proper training and attempt to do things because they think they have taste, or they think they have some friends who said that you're a great stylist, why don't you open a salon? And running a business and also being a creative hairdresser is completely different. So I had hired the talents of people that were supposed to be running my business. We had a huge turnover. We were involved in many countries. I was involved in partnership with the brother of the Sultan of Brunei, Jeffrey. We were Indonesia, Malaysia, we were everywhere. And with the Asian crisis cut down, we were like dominoes falling, and we had to close up everything, including Hong Kong. So I learned that, if you, how would I say, hang your feet too far off the end of the bed, the blood won't flow, You've really got to understand your limit, and perhaps smaller is better. I've learned a lot. I was very fortunate after we closed Le Salon. For those of you who know, I went to work for the fashion giant at the time, Esprit, and I worked for Michael Ying. And we opened Salon Esprit 1998 after we closed Le Salon. And I learned so much about real people and the real woman and the real person, not the celebrity people that I had been doing for so many years. And it was like going to the University of Beauty. And I learned so much about being believable and being real and having your feet back on the ground, which I should have remembered from my Australian upbringing. But I had forgotten because living the great life, it came very easily. Well, it wasn't a matter of ease. It took many years. There's no such thing as overnight success, but I had forgotten. And I learned a lot. And since then, I'm now watching everything we do when it comes to the financial side of it, because it's also the glamorous side of it, but it's also, you've got to know that you can afford to lose. I'm not a gambler anymore.
What made you, was it, when you reached that point during the financial crisis, were you almost ready to say, okay, forget it?
I did. I thought that was it. I had no car, no house, no home, and mortgage. The bank had taken everything. We lost everything. We had a $40 million turnover in my company. And from overnight, dominoes falling, we were bankrupt. Except I managed to keep Singapore afloat. I managed to somehow, through luck and some great team effort, we managed to keep Singapore, but everything closed up. We lost everything.
But do you worry about that today? Because, look at what's happening in China right now with the stock market.
Absolutely, but I'm not overextended today. We're a very healthy company. I'm very fortunate to be, I'm a very small company. Our 2 new babies we've just opened on KR Plus are brand new, and we are okay. We're fine. We're doing incredibly well. I'm taking a more slow approach, and I'm very proud to announce tonight that I'm bringing back my boss that brought me to Hong Kong 40 years ago, Anthony Walker, who was the chairman of Revere, to come back to be our general managing director for the group. Because with his experience of the mass market and his experience of growing a brand, is something I don't want to wait to do. I won't have a chance again to do it at 60. I'm already at the wrong end of the age group, and I'm bringing him back in. He starts this year, and hopefully that we will be prepared with the right people to go forward in a more structured way.